Okay, again, so we will start with driver 45, started on pole, still in the lead. We're going to go through the field, kind of reintroduce you to everybody right now from Waxahachie, Texas. That sounds like a pretty interesting place. Texas hockey and go Stars. So huge fan for the hometown sports right now, leading the way in his route number 45. Right behind him, talking about Zach Deutscher from Kewaunee, Wisconsin. Depressed, crazy, and possibly insane. Get to see this guy race over in the SRN series as well. Usually pretty fast. And if you just joined, big welcome. Thanks for coming out, hanging out. Looking forward to chatting it up. And thanks for keeping me company. P number 3, talking about Jacob Carter from Coleman. I'm going to guess that's Iowa. I don't think he's talking about racing. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Coleman, Iowa, and his number 20 on board right now, sitting P3, up 8 spots from where he originally started. And as you can see there, quite a gap between. Okay, so Alabama. Okay, well, I wasn't quite sure, but thank you very much, Mr. Morton. Definitely good to see you out there. Matthew Hunsaker right now, P number 4 and his number 37 Ford, and his onboard as he comes on by in his iRacing machine. Dion Johnson back here in his number 78, also another Ford Mustang. No info given, but also up 9 spots. A lot of these guys have gained a lot of spots so far because of some others, I believe, had to start on pit road. Not 100% sure. Like I said, if we get a caution within the next 19 laps, since there's only 19 to go, we'll try to pull Brian Huntley in and get some info on everything as the race is going. P number 6, the number 9 of Cameron Smith, up 11 spots, doing all right, sitting again P6. I tell you, a lot of these guys are some pretty big movers and shakers. I mentioned Jacob Carter in his Toyota. He's up 8 spots. Dion Johnson, he's up 9. Cameron Smith, he's up 11. Talk about Brian Huntley Jr. from Spring Lake, North Carolina, is number 23. Big Jets fan, as you can see. And he is right where he started. So qualified 7th, running 7th as we speak. James Sellner Jr. in this number 48, right behind him in his Ford Mustang GT from Peoria, Illinois. So the home track for this guy, definitely wants to have a great showing. We'll have to see how it all plays out for him. Behind these guys, a little bit further back, talking about Thomas Richards in his 86 Camaro. He's also up. No, I'm sorry. He's actually down 1 spot, sitting P number 9. And to go through the top 10, up 8 spots in his number 16 Camaro from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Talking about Richard Johns Sr. So that's through your top 10. Let's keep on going through the rest of your field. Next up is going to be the 95 Camaro for Aaron Bradford. He is down 2 spots since qualifying, sitting P number 11. Behind him, we're going to find the Toyota 67, down 8 spots. Bill Hales from Mount Washington, Kentucky. And he's got some I thought I saw something there on track. I guess I was seeing things. But all right, let's go back a little bit further on track. Oh, hard into that wall. Talking about Jason Adams from Clover, South Carolina. There are, as you can see on that track map on the top right-hand side, there are a lot of very, very sharp turns. And you have to get these things woed down. Otherwise, you will attempt to knock down the wall, and you won't be able to recover. Definitely like seeing all y'all out there. James Bryan is number 55 Toyota. Just a kind of a petty. I don't know what you'd call that. It's definitely not a petty blue, but out of Ball Ground, Georgia. It might be somewhere near. Yeah, the broadcaster curse strikes again. But from Ball Ground, Georgia, and his on board 3 wide. That is not gonna work. Way to be. And man, okay, so the 24, he's going to go ahead and take it on down pit road, and that brought a few other players into the mix. I guess that guy back there got a little loose off the turn, but he is all the way up by the wall, maybe just letting one guy go. But 55, as you see, the 47 Goodwrench machine is sideways. He's going to lose a couple spots. We're going to keep on going through. Next up is going to be the 47 Camaro for Brandon Moore, who just got his Camaro righted from Johnson City. I'm going to guess that Johnson City, Tennessee. Is there any other? Aaron Bradford back here in this number 95 Nationwide machine. He is down 6 spots from where he started, and he's definitely. It looks like he's definitely seen better days. Jason Adams, we talked about him a little bit ago, coming off pit road. I'm going to guess maybe that was just a drive-through to let everybody go, so we'll catch up to the lone Canadian in the field. Talking about Philip Bridgman in this 48 from Ontario, Canada. Coffee NR. I don't know what that is, but okay. Kyle Heath looks like he was unable to make the field from Gilbert. Not quite sure where that is. Looks like he's an Auburn University fan, if I'm getting his profile picture correctly. And then Dakota Bryan, just a little bit further back, kind of liking that picture from ball ground, wherever that may be, and his on board. All right, so let's go ahead and catch back up with your leader, talking about the one and only Austin Moore. Still, right where he started. Zach Deuscher right behind him. Zach has actually been able to close up quite a bit. Originally, that gap was 3+ seconds, so able to close in. Zach may still have a shot at this lead or shot at the lead, and maybe even a shot at the race. We'll have to see. 16 laps to go here from the Chicago Road Course. Mark, good to see you out there, buddy. Thanks again for coming out. I absolutely appreciate it. As always, 88, a little slideways off that last turn, and he's still trying to catch it. Can't quite do it. He's going to have to back up, but he's also going to have to watch. Nope, he's just going to go ahead and tow. So that's going to hand the lead over uncontested to Austin Moore. All right, so new P2. Matthew Hunsaker in his number 37. Again, iRacing machine. Let's actually go ahead and widen this out from the chopper, give you a good view of this place and everything and everywhere that they go. Since Matthew Hunsaker just took over P2, let's go ahead and take a lap around with him next time he comes on by the start stripe, and I will just let y'all see what the Chicago street course anyway has to offer. All right, so you see the 37 coming out of the that little loop there. Gonna go ahead and make that right hand turn. He's getting closer and closer. This right hand will bring us up to Barney. This will be the start of 15 to go. Let's go. All right, so that's around. That's a lap around the place with Matthew Hunsaker. Now let's go ahead and take what he's doing compared to Austin Moore. That's just about to come up and over the bridge. Again, this track map. I think this track would be a lot of fun if it was opened up and we were able to run this. As a figure eight, because that would really be what pretty close to what it is. That could be a lot of fun. But this 45 now, since Zach Deutscher had his issue, pretty commanding lead over P number 2. Yeah, that's if the broadcasting software or the scoring pylon and all that is correct. We can only control what's within our control. I mean, we did see Zach Deutscher have to go ahead and tow. Let's actually close on up just a little bit here. Let's go in on the nose and watch just how fast these corners actually do close up on these guys. So this is, again, riding along with the leader, Austin Moore. He's got a 40-second gap back to P number 2. And he's just really trying to get after it as much as he can. You can hear all the shifting, up shifting and down shifting, doing everything that he's got to do. As he's going, he just went on by the 24, so that's going to go ahead and put the 24 of Jason Adams down 2 laps. The first guy, if we should happen to have a caution, which would only come out if the entire track was blocked, first guy 1 lap down is the 47 of Moore. He's a little bit further back. Actually, go ahead and show you where he's at right now. Talking about Brandon Moore. Not quite sure if there's a relationship to Austin Moore, cousin, brother, nephew, son, whatever. But here he is. He's going to come on by the 24. He's going to catch him in a pretty awkward position, coming through what could have been a very, very blind turn. Luckily enough, though, he's able to see him before he actually got in there, and he's going to be able to come on across, make one more very, very hard right-hand turn. And I believe this is one of the pretty decent straightaways. Get up at least through a couple gears, downshift a couple more times as you see the Windy City skyline off in the distance. And man, there is a lot of shifting. I think when these cars actually come here in real life, boy, I hope they have those transmissions tuned as best they can, because if not, I foresee some pretty toasty trannies as that race goes on. From the chopper, you see where the tracks meet right there. If they open that up, man, that would be a lot of fun. A couple cars head to head. One car coming off pit road, the other one coming at a decent rate of speed. That's definitely not one of the fastest parts of the track. But can you imagine a car coming at you? Man, that would definitely be interesting. Again, a little bit different of an inner loop, I guess you could say. A little bit bigger than your average inner loop, maybe. An inward carousel, maybe we can call it that. All right, there's a battle for P2, Matthew Hunsaker and Dion Johnson right now. These two just a mere 0.6 apart. Matthew Hunsaker in that number 37, Dion Johnson in that number 78. Just tracking each other, not really pushing it. But I'm sure if Dion got the chance, he'd absolutely make room and get on by. 11 laps to go here from the Chicago Street Course. Definitely, again, want to welcome everybody that's out there, whether it's on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or Twitter as of recent, as well as the one and only iRock TV through Roku. Thank you very much for coming out and hanging out. Definitely looking forward to chatting up. let me know what you guys think about the Windy City Street Course. You like it? You could kind of take it or leave it, or are you like me and just prefer the good old oval and all the great racing that we've seen from there over the years? Personally, give me the oval any day. All right, let's go ahead and back this up a little bit more. See if we can't get you a good view from the blimp. There you go. Nice little aerial shot. You can definitely see pit road and where the tracks intersect. Right, not too far from the base of those buildings off on the top right. But all right, let's go ahead and bring this back in. All right, one more lap. Why not? With all the sights and sounds of the Windy City Street Course. So tell me, what do y'all think out there? Are you a fan of the place? Are you looking forward to the actual Cup cars coming here and putting this place to the test? I would imagine with how big this place is, they will have to do the old radio style broadcast. Like they've done from Pocono and from the Glen and Sonoma and all those other places. I would imagine that this place is just way too big and with so many blind corners that they would have to do the radio style broadcast that we've heard when they actually go to put the race on from Chicago. But man, what an interesting race. I mean, there's only really been one leader all race long, and that was this guy right here, Austin Moore, as he's going to come up off. Oh, he's actually spun. A little bit of an issue there for Austin Moore. Let's see if we can find out exactly what happened right there with him. I mean, he's not going to lose the lead because he had such a big lead. I mean, he still only lost, 10 seconds maybe. But let's see if we can find out what happened right there with Austin Moore and then bring it right back. So coming through the corner, making that hard right turn, going over the bridge, close up to the wall. He locked him up and forgot to turn. Too much brake, or something happened. Not 100% sure what happened, and trying to get that thing righted. And yeah, there you go. Missed the turn completely. So even the guy that's been fastest all night long, even he makes a mistake. But I tell you what, he minimized the amount of time that he lost, and also minimize the damage to that number 45, because I'll actually go ahead and jump in on the front end. I don't believe you're going to see, no damage whatsoever to the front of that Camry. So great job by Austin Moore to keep that thing in one piece. I mean, on a road course, and with the kind of lead that he's got, talking about a really good, 35 seconds, as we'll go ahead and bring it back live. But yeah, a good 35 seconds. That I don't think he would have lost too much time there either way. There just really aren't very many big straights where you got to worry about getting up to speed. And with if he did have any front end damage, it might tighten it up a little bit, trying to make these turns. But the man's been on rails just about all night long. 7 laps remaining. Who do y'all got out there? Who is going to go ahead and grab the W? Do you think Austin Moore holds on? Or do you think that he's starting to kind of lose it? Maybe, we're starting to see the car get just a little loose. Is he going to have to pit? Matter of fact, the last time he pit was on lap 13. There's some others that have yet to come on down pit road, like P2, P4, P8, P9. I mean, there's quite a few guys that have yet to come on down pit road. Looking at the Windy City from the entrance of pit road, and man, what a great view! Nice day out, partly cloudy, not too bad. I'll actually go ahead and show you what the weather is now. We saw it earlier, and it wasn't too bad. It looks like the air temp has actually gone up just a little bit. I believe earlier it was 80 degrees. Now it's 82. The track temp 120, it looks like, so that's also gone up a little bit. I believe when the race started, it was 109 or 110, so that's also gone up just a tad. All right, let's go back. Let's kind of go through the field again. A nice little battle here. Not all of this though is for position. Zach Deuscher a little bit further back, sitting P number 5, but this is second, third, and fourth, all right here under that blanket. Oh, they're gonna wreck. Coming off, is that gonna send the 37 down pit road? He says nope. He's gonna collect it, try to get back in the throttle. Can the 37 get back up and get going? We'll have to see. Mark's asking, what are the lap times these guys are running? Mark, the fastest so far is a 1:30.73. The slowest I've seen was about a 1:37, but pretty much everybody's averaging out right around the 1:33, 1:34. But Austin Moore in the top, he's got the fastest lap all race, again with a 1:30.73. All right, so you saw after that contact, these guys have really gotten a bit more separated. Let's catch up here. This is Zach Deuscher and Dion Johnson. This is a battle for P number 2 right now. Pretty good battle. As you can see, Zach Deuscher, he got a little loose earlier, and he just could not get the rear tires to grip. Ended up going into the inside wall. He went ahead and towed the car. Put on 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods. I believe that was on lap 10, if I'm not mistaken, and has gone the rest of the way so far. And he's been able to make up quite a bit of ground. Dion Johnson, as you see, he's kind of fallen off just a little bit. Very, very, getting off of these corners in a little bit of a ginger fashion. Try to keep the wheels gripping for him. Brian Huntley back here in P number 4 in this Columbia number 23 Toyota. He sent me a message just before the race kicked off. Says, hey, you're going to find me in the 23 now. said, all right. And he said there's a little bit of confusion with some of the numbers. Brian is up 3 spots from where he started. Dion Johnson just ahead of him in P number 3. He's up 11 from where he started, doing a pretty good job. Zach Deutscher started P2, still running P2. Dion though, he kind of shares the honor of having the most spots gained. As a 78, Dion kind of puts it into the wall, but able to gather it right back up. He's going to have some damage. Looks like some left front damage to that 78 as the 20 goes on by, and that was a pass for a position. So Jacob Carter getting on by the 78 to take over P number 4. So Dion Johnson was up 11 spots before all that just happened, and I mentioned that he was sharing that honor with someone else. He's sharing it right here with the number 16 of Richard Johns Sr. Richard Johns, he's running P7 in the 16, up 11 spots as well. As you see these guys come across the start stripe, Barney, he's counting 3 laps remaining. So Austin Moore, he's only got 3 more laps to hold on in his number 45 Toyota. Again, started from the pole and has led just about every single lap so far here from the Windy City. And with the gap that he's got of 43 seconds back to P number 2, I don't think anybody is going to dethrone him. It looks like the street course here in Chicago just absolutely suits his driving style, and he's been really good. I haven't really seen many issues. Just the one where he had to lock him up in order to try to make a corner, but we've seen what happens when you lock him up and you try to turn. The car just slides straight. But yeah, great race by Austin Moore. Again, Zach Deutscher, he did have to tow earlier, able to come on back to P number 2. No threat though from Brian Huntley back here in this 23. Brian Huntley a good 7+ seconds behind Zach Deutscher, so this could be a good finish for Brian. Again, Jacob Carter in this number 20. You saw him get by the 78 when the 78 made contact with the inside wall and had to gather it back up the best that he could. And of course, Dion Johnson here in this 78 to round out your top 5. If 78's able to get on by the 88 as you try to see him getting those rear tires to grip up, this would not be a pass for position. That Nationwide machine is I believe he's back in 15th, if I'm not mistaken. There you go, getting on by. Good of the lap car to kind of move up and get out of the way. That way the lead lap cars can go on and try to do what they can do to take the next spot. And speaking of the next spot, there it is. So, yeah, Dion Huntley really needed that lap car to get up and out of the way as they come to 2 laps to go. You just saw him pass the flag stand with the Windy City skyline in the background. Zach Deutscher, no challenge whatsoever from behind. Jacob Carter, same story. Brian Huntley still a good 6+ seconds behind. But from Brian Huntley to Dion Johnson, yeah, there's not much space whatsoever. All right, so final lap. Let's go ahead and get up with our leader. Again, Austin Moore. And you, let's see. Just trying to find exactly where he's at here. All right, there he is, about to make this this hard right-hand turn. So about half a lap to go, and man, this night has absolutely belonged to Austin Moore. And just as I say that, I'm sure Zach Deuscher would have liked to put the laps together that he just ran. He actually just ran the fastest lap of his race on lap 25, or starting lap 25. With a 1:30.26, the fastest of the night. Good job by him, as Austin Moore just literally on cruise. Nothing is going to come in the way of him grabbing this W. You see him coming off the turn, not the final though, up and over the hill, over the bridge, and he can just taste that victory. There it is. He's singing the checkers. Barney's waving him best he can. Austin Moore gets it done for the first road course race for the Bump and Run iRacing Cup Series from the Windy City Street Course. Man, one hell of a race. Let's go back with Zach Deuscher. He didn't have any kind of a challenge, and it looks like he's still not going to. However, it looks like Jacob Carter was able to gain overall 8 spots on the night in this number 20 Haviland machine. He's going to come up and over the bridge as well. Brian Huntley and Matthew Hunsaker, they could have had a little bit of a battle, just needed Brian to have a little bit of an issue. So your top 3 again: Austin Moore, Zach Deuscher, and Jacob Carter. Good job to our top 3. These guys, I mean, wow. One hell of a race. Jacob Carter still racing it out. There's no challenge whatsoever. He just wants to make sure that he completes it all. But in the meantime, let's catch up with our leader on his cooldown lap. That way we can go ahead. In fact, we'll go ahead and do it now. We'll go ahead and clear the boards for him. And it's all his. Whenever he's ready to light them up, I imagine he will after coming on back. And, man, well earned victory celebration. All right. All right, guys, we will be right back with our top 3 live from the booth. Austin Moore is already there and waiting. We're going to have Zach Deuscher, brought it home P2, and Jacob Carter, again, P number 3. We will be right back. Don't nobody go nowhere. I'll pull up your full finishing order here in just a moment. And, yeah, don't miss it. All right, guys and gals, we are back. We're going to start off with driver 20 in his Toyota Camry, talking about the one and only Jacob Carter, up 8 spots from where he started, finishing P3. Jacob, man, one hell of a race for you. Way to work your way through. How hard was it with all the very, very sharp twists and turns? How hard was it for you to be able to keep that thing pointed in the right direction and get the rear tires to grip up when you need them to?
Oh, it was difficult. The bumps in Chicago, I feel so bad for y'all if this is how it is in real life. But the bumps, when you start to go, it just starts spinning the tires on the back of it. And I've been in the wall 2 or 3 times just because when you're hitting the brakes, it's bouncing up and down and the car's not settling where it needs to go. But it was definitely a difficult track, I'll tell you that. I don't know how they're going to do it when they actually come here.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of mentioned during the broadcast here from the Windy City, I would imagine that they are going to have to do the old-fashioned radio-style broadcast because this track is so big with so many blind corners, a lot of very, very sharp, 90-degree turns, almost like an extremely slow turn at like Indy or something like that. It's going to have to be done that way, or they're going to have to come up with some kind of a new way to do it because, I mean, this track is just that big and you can't see it all. I mean, even if you're up in a spotter stand, I would imagine that they're going to have at least 3 or 4 spotters to be able to see all the way around this place. How busy was your spotter inside that 20?
He was going crazy. All the cars that I've really came up to either gave way or just raced me clean. But like you said, there is a blind spot. I think it's let me think. I think it's like the 5th or 6th corner. If you're beside somebody, the spotter doesn't say anything until you're out of that spot.
Oh, wow.
And then you're going out of the half carousel, and then he starts talking again. So yeah, it was really difficult for the spotter to actually start talking to me and let me know if I'm clear or how many seconds behind or who's in second, who's in third. It was just all over the place because it's so huge.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to clear the boards and pull up the schedule, for next week right now, and it's going to be kind of interesting as it's up now. We're gonna go to the dirt over at Bristol Motor Speedway. So we start off with a very, very fast, very drafty 2-mile oval in Michigan. Then we come on over to for the first time ever for the Chicago Street Course race, and then next week we're on the dirt at Thunder Valley. 3 very, very different tracks. After that, we're going to go back to Auto Club before it's reconfigured, since construction has already started there. What are you thinking about the dirt next week at Bristol?
Well, that was my first win last year, so maybe I can score me another win. But it's going to be tough, especially when people start getting their lines up there, because once you start getting onto one line and everybody's starting to follow, it starts to get slicked up. So that's definitely going to be the main key of next week is trying to get the car to grip and trying to get it around the corner without trying to spin out.
Well, man, phenomenal race here at in the Windy City. I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, obviously Chicago is well known for its deep dish pizza. I didn't know that Miller Lite was actually the beer of Chicago. Actually, that's where the beer came from. Go ahead and grab yourself a deep dish, throw back a few cold ones. You've definitely earned it tonight. Congrats on your top 3. Any quick friends, family, sponsors you need to get out there?
Oh yeah, want to thank Haviland for sponsoring the car. I want to congratulate our CMS winner today. He actually won the race, so congratulations, Austin, and hopefully we can get another one. And I want to thank my wonderful wife for letting me come out here and put on a show for y'all.
We've all got one of those behind us, don't we?
That's right.
I'm sorry. That is not correct anymore. We cannot say behind us. It is all to our side. Whether it's to the left or to the right, they are to our side. There you
They're
go.
our cheerleaders.
Yep,
That's
there,
right.
there you go. It's all about the rah-rah sis kumbaya. Absolutely. All right, buddy. Congratulations one more time. We'll definitely catch up with you next week at Bristol.
Appreciate you, bud.
You got it. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull the one and only Zach Deutscher up into the booth now. Zach, driver of the 20, you started P2. You're going to end up P2 in that 88 Camaro. Zach, we saw you have a little bit of an issue kind of early in the race. You just could not seem to get those tires to grip up no matter how hard you tried, and you ended up having to tow it and still bringing it home to P2. I would imagine that's going to get you probably most past cars for the race. Talk us through, please.
Oh man, I boofed myself there. I was trying to do my tires things, and that corner came up, and I kind of wrecked the suspension. At that point, we towed it, and fortunately, I towed it fast enough that we came out still 10th place on the same lap as everybody else. So I had fresh tires, and I just gave her the beans the rest of the way.
Yeah, I was actually just asking Jacob about the start, and he said a lot of guys started from the pits for some reason, and it automatically put everybody one lap down. So I guess when you did have to tow and you were able to come on back out in 10th, still able to work your way through, even to do that. I mean, you finished behind Austin. He had one or two issues also where he overcooked a corner or two. But man, able to bring it home P2 here. Are you still racing in SRN?
No, not anymore. I'm full-time BNR now.
Full-time BNR. Well, man, I'm glad to have you over here. I know that you were very, very competitive over there. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how you do throughout the season. We're going dirt racing next week at Bristol. What do you think about your chances there? Or are you gonna have to spend a little extra time during the week, run a few extra laps, or is that a track of contention? Or you ready? Are you ready if we were to go ahead and kick it off in the next 30 minutes?
I'll be ready next 30 minutes. Love dirt Bristol. I think I have a chance of winning there.
Ooh, so we're gonna keep an eye on the 88 next week. Well, Zach, one hell of a race for you, man, and again, way to work your way through after having to tow it due to, you said, suspension issues. Congrats! It's going to be a good points night for you overall. Any quick friends, family, sponsors you need to get out there, sir?
Shout out to Brian for the amazing race in the league. Shout out to Philip for the team getting us second place. It's not bad. And shout out to you. Great broadcasting, man. I love seeing you back broadcasting with me, racing with you.
Yeah, I do miss broadcasting with Greg. Absolutely. Greg, my buddy from back in the Xbox days, old NNR Mountaineer, even before he took on the league tag. But yeah, I do miss broadcasting with Greg. It was always a lot of fun for those Cup guys.
Guy.
Absolutely, got to agree. All right, man. I'll go ahead and I'll let you go. We're gonna go ahead and pull up Austin Moore, and you want to talk about a driver that had one hell of a race tonight here from the Windy City. Austin, you got it done. I don't think I saw but one issue out of your car all night long. Kind of overcooked one, slid it up to the tire barriers. You were able to back it up safely, no issues. You had a good 50 plus seconds on P2. Here you are. Barney's still looking at that number 45 Toyota under the stand. Bud, walk us through your race, and did this track just kind of suit your style?
Yeah, it really just did. I mean, I was practicing it all week, and once I got the rhythm of the track, it was like a piece of cake almost. And that one mess up, man, it was just me not paying attention. That's really what it was.
Well, I mean, that if I could only mess up once like that on a place like this, I would call that a win, even if I finished 10th. One hell of a job, dude. Absolutely one hell of a job. You were clean and green all the way through. I think you pit once, if I'm not mistaken, on lap 10, or at least that's what some of my tools were saying, but I could be wrong. Don't know quite how far you were able to go on fuel. But besides obviously that one hiccup there, were there any other issues for you throughout the night, or did it run as almost flawless as we saw?
It really, I mean, I really didn't have any big issues. I mean, I guess the biggest issues were trying to get around the lap cars every now and then. But I mean, I was just once I realized that had such a big lead, it was just like, okay, let's just take care of the car and try and just survive.
Yeah.
All the lap cars and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I pitted once. I was like, just in case, I'll just pit once just to get fuel. I had the time to do it, so yeah.
Well, it was kind of interesting because a lot of guys, like the second half of the field or so it seemed, started from the pits. They were all immediately one lap down to you, and then I saw where they were just under a minute behind you. Right when you pit, so able to get a lot of guys up and running again. So one hell of a race for you. Bristol Motor Speedway is next week. We're going on the dirt. You prepared for that, or are you going to need a little extra time, like you just mentioned, like you just mentioned when you had to get ready for this place?
Oh no, I'm gonna need a lot more time for this track. And dirt racing is not my cup of tea. You can go watch the race last year. It was a total wreck fest for me. I was like 20 different cautions myself. So we'll see how it goes next week, but I saw this race on the calendar in the beginning of the season. I was like, this is the race that I need to bring my A game.
Well, you did that, and your CMS teammate in Jacob Carter, he gave you a big shout out. Definitely congratulated you on the W. I'm gonna say the same exact thing, man. Congratulations, great points night for you. 3 weeks, 3 very different tracks. Martinsville, Michigan last week, Windy City this week, Bristol Motor Speedway on dirt next week. It sounds like you're like me. You just don't get the whole, steer right to go left kind of thing. Any quick friends, family, sponsors you need to get out there, bud?
I just like to thank all my teammates here at CMS. We're a pretty good group of guys working really hard to try and get the season started and get competitive throughout the season. Thank you to the admins who put the race on. Appreciate y'all. We couldn't do it without y'all. And who else? I'd like to thank Root Insurance. Why not?
There you
For
go.
sponsoring the car today.
All righty
Other
then.
than that, and of course, glory to God.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, man, definitely, soak it in. The first road course race of the year belongs to you, Austin. Even White Walker, old Swats out there in chat. He says, nice win, Austin, and dropped 45 bits to commemorate your W in the Windy City. Go grab yourself some deep dish and a Miller Lite and enjoy, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You do the same. Thank you very much. All right, guys and gals, that is going to go ahead and wrap it up from Chicago. I wish I could say Chicagoland. I'd love to go back to that mile-and-a-half track, but hey, they took it off. They replaced it with this place. We figured go ahead and get it in. Big thank you again to everybody that came out, hung out, chatted up, kept me company. Mark Morton, White Walker, Abyss, everybody. Again, White Walker, thank you very much for the 45 bits. Absolutely appreciate you, Swats. We will see y'all again very, very soon. In fact, tomorrow night is the NNR Truck Series. Then we're going to go back again next Thursday night with the IROC Spartan Series. So we're keeping busy, but definitely stay tuned for the casual stream here and there. Maybe a POV stream coming up on Wednesday nights for me with the ARP Series. And not NNR. There you go. Did I say turned out? Okay, it's been a long night, man. It's been a long night. Leave me be. All right, guys, we will see you again very, very soon. I apologize. One hell of a race here. Your winner, again, Austin Moore. Congrats. Take it easy, guys.